Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council, staff. My name is Joe Galliani. I'm here from the city of Torrance. I am the organizer of South Bay 350 Climate Action Group. And 350.org believes that if it's wrong to wreck the climate, it's wrong to profit from it. And I stand here today under very unusual circumstances because here we are in 2015, which is currently the hottest year on record, only followed by the hottest year on record prior to this, 2014. This is the hottest decade on record. We're called 350.org because 350 parts per million is the safe level of CO2 in the atmosphere. It's the level that continues civilization as we've known it. We're now at 403 parts per million in CO2 in the atmosphere, and we're headed upwards about 2 parts per million a year. There's something called the carbon budget, which tells us how much oil, coal, and gas we can burn before we get to the 2°C degrees global warming that every nation on Earth has ruled the stopping point for us, the point of no return. Our carbon budget is about 510 gigatons. At our current burn rates, we'll burn through that in 10 years. So when we talk about fracking, we're talking about the equivalent of what a heroin junkie does when they're shooting up between their toes and fingers because all the good spots to shoot up are gone. That's the nature of the oil, coal, and gas business now. The easy oil, coal, and gas is gone. Now we're fracking wells, and today the Los Angeles Times lead editorial quotes that study that 2 of my colleagues have been up here talking about. And what does the Los Angeles Times tell us? The Los Angeles Times ends their editorial with the words, "Pushing forward in the dark isn't smart. It has long been apparent that a moratorium on major new fracking is in order until more is known about its risks and benefits. That's all the more reasonable now that we understand how little we understand." And that's because the greatest science minds in our state cannot tell you what chemicals are being used in fracking. They cannot tell you what damage is being done, but we've seen the damage that's been done. We work with the Nurses Association. We've seen the health-related impacts of fracking. And when I walk around the state and give presentations about this, the one question that I'm asked all the time is, where's fracking happening now? And my answer now is fracking is happening in those Thumb Islands off the coast of Long Beach unless the leadership of Long Beach stands up and says, we're not going to allow you to put chemicals that we don't know the origin of, that we don't know the impact of in our city's atmosphere. We're going to do the smart thing and put a moratorium on this until somebody can tell us that this is safe. And I suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that your fiduciary obligation, even from a financial standpoint, dictates that you know what's going on before you approve it. So we ask for your help. We ask for a moratorium on fracking and real leadership on the environment here in Long Beach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, please.